Hello and welcome to another brand new episode of Colors of India. I'm Teena Jha with the weekly roundup of all the latest cultural events from across the city. Our top stories this week are glimpses of celluloid stories, an array of cultural performances, and some mouth-watering European food. Since ancient times, posters have been used as a very effective tool for propaganda. Its relevance in Indian cinema has been such that at one time, a film's poster was considered an extension of creativity expressed on celluloid. Heavily stylized and garish, with colors brighter than the sun, a film's poster was guaranteed to leave an imprint on the mind. Today we bring before you one such creator of these images that drew crowds to theatres.
Deft hands working to create culture. Popular, perishable, permanent, all at the same time. Tantalizing glimpses of celluloid stories, splashed on canvases, often garish, stylized, but always larger than life. That was the life poster painters like Vijay Kumar had known till the age of digital printing changed all the rules. The poster painters were hit hard as painting stars was their only livelihood and all the education that they had received in their life.
एडवर्टाइजिंग जो था वो टीवी पे नहीं था, वो सब हम पोस्टर पे डिपेंड था कि किस तरीके से मतलब कोई सा भी प्रोडक्ट कोई सी भी पिक्चर आती थी तो उसके पहले पोस्टर बनते थे। सब कुछ सही चल रहा था, सबका बिजनेस अच्छा था, लेकिन अचानक के वही ये पोस्टर बंद हो गए, बंद होने हैं। डिजिटल आ रहा है, फ्लैक्स, और लोगों को एकदम के वही हक्के बक्के रह गए कि भाई ये काम जब बंद हो जाएगा तो हम क्या करेंगे, कैसे खाएंगे, कैसे परिवार को अपना लालन पोषण करेंगे। ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज था।
Technology can change art, but it can't kill an idea. Thanks to artists like Vijay, the hand-painted posters are back. With a quirky idea, the poster makers revitalized the art and ensured that not only did it live, but it also did brisk business. It's the same oomph and the same melodrama, only this time you and I could be the star. All we need to do is give our pictures, our favorite posters, and let Vijay do the rest.
लोगों में मतलब एक जोश सा पैदा हो गया कि भाई ये तो हम बिल्कुल स्टार ही लग रहे हैं। तो वो कहते हैं हमें इस तरीके से जब हम वर्क कराते हैं आपसे तो हमें बड़ा अच्छा लगता है, और हमें हमारा जो वर्क था प्रोफेशनल हमें वही करने को मिल रहा था और उससे हमें पैसा भी मिल रहा था, हमें उसको एंजॉय कर रहे थे। तो बड़ा अब भी मैं एंजॉय करता हूँ।
Like everywhere else, digitization brought the pace, made the posters look sharper, cheaper, all the while robbing it of its soul. Cut and paste techniques helped to quickly mass-produce digital posters. They also made them less stylized and more realistic, except now they seem to lack the feel and depth of the hand-painted poster.
आर्टिस्ट का जो काम करने का कोई दायरा नहीं होता, उसका कोई सोच का पता नहीं है। उसकी आर्टिस्ट की सोच तो बहुत ऊंची, बहुत दूर है। कब कौन सा कलर मार दे, कब कहाँ क्या कर दे, कोई पता नहीं है। मशीन की तो एक लिमिट है, कंप्यूटर की तो एक लिमिट है, आपने बस इसी कलरों में खेलना है। ये जो लोग जो इस चीज़ का फ़र्क समझते हैं, जिसको नहीं पता तो पता चल जाएगा। और जिसको पता है तो वो इन कलरों को कितना एंजॉय करता है वो उसे मालूम है।
Vijay has no plans of abandoning his childhood passion. He poured all his dedication into painting 100 years of Indian cinema. From the slapstick humor of late Jaspal Bhatti to the angry young man look of Amitabh Bachchan to the dabangiri on Salman's face, all shades of emotion found a place in his latest painting.
जिसको देखने की, समझने की, आर्ट की वैल्यू पता है तो वो उसको वैसे एंजॉय करता है। और मैं तो कह रहा हूँ ये दौर गया ही नहीं। हाँ, कम ज़रूर हो गया है लेकिन चल रहा है, कम है लेकिन ख़त्म नहीं हुआ है और ना ये कभी ख़त्म होगा।
It's become a recognized art form now. Bollywood poster paintings are getting attention in places like Paris, London and Berlin and many more. It's made Vijay a familiar name among a foreign clientele. All he's hoping for now is that at least some of their fascination rubs off on Indian masses as well.
Once a thriving art, Bollywood poster painting is dying a slow death. With the advent of multiplexes and mass printing, hand-drawn posters are a rarity now. With that, we head into a very quick break. Some enthralling cultural performances on the other side. Stay with us.
Coming up next, Ananya Dance Festival and some mouth-watering food.
Hello. Welcome back. It's the month of October, or should I say, the month of festivities. And as we near celebrations, it seems Delhi is already geared up with its fantastic array of cultural performances.
As the evening descends, Delhi's majestic Purana Killa comes alive. Lit by scores of diyas illuminating its historical legacy. The enchanting sight is once again the backdrop of the Ananya Dance Festival, a fitting host to the 12th edition of the celebration of Indian classical dance.
It's a whole package that we are repackaging Indian classical dance and Indian heritage. So while at one time a lot of people never came to see Purana Killa, with this festival and its growth, even the monument has almost grown in stature because a whole lot of people are now coming to the monument, and this monument is now known for its festival of dance. And it's also the dance festival is known for the monument.
This year, the curtain went up on a Kathak presentation by Malavika Mitra's group from Kolkata. The recital started with an invocation to Lord Shiva. The old fort standing on the grounds of Indraprasth represents the confluence of a languid past and a frenetic modern present. This was the theme of Samanvay, a coordinated piece on the Tal Dhamar where the traditional aspect of Kathak was presented through the That, bold and ferocious footwork.
I was always a soloist and very much sticking to the root form of Kathak. My own research was on modification of Kathawachan Shaili, because I felt it was, in its root form, it was a mass education through entertainment. So I always stick to the spiritual side of Kathak. And yes, entertainment is a part of it. I learned everything, but mostly my presentations are oriented to spiritualism and educational orientation.
The Chand Parikrama came next. The free-flowing piece created an encapsulating impression of movement and rhythm.
Surreal the way they dance, every step goes together and they just so coordinated. It's beautiful, and being a dancer, since I know a bit of dancing, I think it's magnificent, and especially the backdrop of Purana Killa, it looks so pretty, so pretty.
The fast-paced tarana set to Rag Malkauns enthralled the audience.
Now that surely was a befitting inaugural to the pujas. The music and the setting seemed to blend so evenly as if both were meant to enhance each other's beauty. And our celebration does not stop at the Purana Killa alone. It stretches on to the monumental Red Fort, where the Urdu Heritage Festival was greeted with much fanfare by the Delhiites.
Delhiites revived their cultural link with the language of poetry, Urdu, favored down the ages by legends from Amir Khusro to Sant Kabir. At the Urdu Heritage Festival last month, Indira Naik gave a glimpse of the Sufiana Kalam.
Urdu is a mixture of this Khali Boli, base is a Khali Boli from the Braj and Haryanvi and Delhi and Meerut and all that area. And the words you will find is Arabic, Persian, Uzbeki, Tajiki, Turkish, Sanskrit. So it's a mix of the language and beautiful mixture of the languages.
The soulful vocals started with Khusro's composition Maula about the spiritual attachment to the Almighty. Another song, Dagar Pan Ghatki, expresses the immeasurable joy of being immersed in love.
Indians should know English, fine, but they should know the languages. They should know what it is that is making the India special. And we're tending to overlook that, and we're just trying to ape the West. That's what is hurting me, in fact, more. And I want to try to see every performing art which is Indian has to be valued by every Indian, you know. Only then will it stand in the 21st century. The youth have to take it ahead.
Kabir's Bhakti poetry was Indira's second song, Man Lago Mero Fakiri Mein.
Man lago mero yaar fakiri jo sukh paun ram bhajan mein.
Tells us of the state of the solitary mind that lives through complete submission to the high power.
Jo sukh nahi ameri mein yaar fakiri mein.
ये उर्दू का जो प्रोग्राम था, इससे हमारे बच्चों को कुछ हासिल हुआ कि हमें भी आगे कुछ बनना चाहिए, उर्दू बोलना चाहिए। उर्दू से बहुत अच्छी तालीम होती है, हम इसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे और अच्छा कुछ कामयाब बनेंगे।
Subtle, cultured and eloquent, Urdu combines the highest refinements of human speech, a fact that one is reminded by Indira's rendition of the famous Khwaja Mere Khwaja.
ख्वाजा मेरे ख्वाजा दिल में समा जा
A song that opens the window to an age-old Delhi, the centuries-old Urdu-loving Delhi.
का दुलारा
A perfect blend of traditional and musical instruments that made music more soulful, and the place literally came alive. Time for us to slip into another very quick break. When we come back, we get you a delicious spread of European food. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up on Food Trail, it's a trip to the kitchen.
Thank you for staying with us. Europe is very diverse when it comes to food. Every dish glorifies its cultural, linguistic mosaic. We found one such kitchen in Delhi's Chhatarpur area that has dedicated itself to serving a widespread variety of mouth-watering European food. Take a look.
Hello and welcome to Food Trail with me, Shubhra Mukherjee. This time, we're exploring European cuisine through the kitchen of Bon Appetit, where all the magic takes place. So come and join me.
What they do here is no less than an invention, an excursion into the culinary world of European cuisine. Meet Raymond Wasser from Holland and Victor from Delhi, who have spent 20 years together catering to top-notch clientele and bringing premium flavors of Europe to India.
We cook from the heart. It's not, we can cook from recipes also, but it's always we cook from the heart, and therefore you create the flavor, you create your own signature dishes, etc. The cooking, of course, is different. In European cuisine, the cooking is completely different from cooking Indian food. In Indian food, you use many more different spices and masala-based curries. And in European cooking, you have dishes where we do use a lot of spices and where we cook for a very long time. We do make roast lamb and slow cooked or double cooked lamb or pork dishes, which will stay in the oven for hours and hours on end.
European food is the product of many cultural interactions between its regions. Cooking styles went through continuous modernization and innovation through a great exchange of new ideas and increase in foreign trade. Contact with Asians, Sub-Saharans and Middle Eastern people introduced Europe to new ingredients like cinnamon, ginger, pepper and cloves, all of which completely transformed European cuisine and made it what it is today.
Do not compromise with any spice, any quality and compromise. That's why Indian people like our food.
Before you start, a quick tip to make your cooking easier and faster. Get all your ingredients ready and handy. Into some hot olive goes some garlic, all kinds of herbs, and most important, the tomato puree. The Milanese pasta comes from the Milan region of northern Italy. No doubt because it was a fancy item there.
So there we have it. This is the Milanese pasta, and let's have a taste of it. Adding a bit of chili to it, you can provide the dish with your required amount of spiciness or whatever you feel like according to yourself. And also, this is a vegetarian meal, but if you are a non-vegetarian, you can add your required or your favorite meat or any supplement that you favor. So a really delicious pasta, must say.
Pesto pasta is a Tuscany dish that comes from central Italy. As the name goes, the pesto sauce is the main item. It's a mixture of basil, pine nuts, garlic, olive oil and salt and pepper to taste. This is probably the quickest pasta ever cooked.
This is the pesto pasta, which has been just prepared in front of you in 5 minutes, or less than that. A very mild dish, and I like the flavor of the basil and the parsley in it because of the pesto sauce which has been made using these ingredients, and the little sprinkling of the parmesan cheese over it, which just makes it melt and get into the pasta, adds to the flavor all the more.
The chilled lemon pie is a dish that probably doesn't need much effort, except perhaps what it takes to get the ingredients from the market. For the base, we use butter and biscuits finely crushed, mixed and evenly spread in the vessel. For the filling, the condensed milk and the cream should be of equal portions. That's 400 grams. Add the lemon juice and mix. Pour it onto the biscuit butter crumble, shake it and deep freeze.
It's very lemony and very smooth because of the condensed milk in it. How do you like it, chef, that you've made it so?
Many times, yes. No,
Yes,
it's one
so
of my favorite dishes.
One of your favorite
Yeah,
dishes.
Despite the fact that it's a high calorie content,
Mhm.
it's still very refreshing.
Now I've had the chilled lemon pie. I must say, the lemon flavor is very, very overpowering in this dish. And the texture is very creamy and very soft. So it's a very summertime sort of a dish, and definitely in this weather you'll like it, you'll love it, definitely.
Extraordinarily satisfying and simple to make. What can be better than these dishes to invite people to gather up and spend time together? In other words, find comfort food that's also a talking point.
Now, wasn't that interesting and absolutely easy? You must try making these dishes at home. Do share your attempts with us on our Facebook page as we take your leave with a promise to come back same time next week with another exciting episode. Till then, goodbye and take care.